Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a prom style makeup tutorial. Now I started off with a more of a softer glamorous look for those of you that don't want to wear too much makeup or don't really normally wear makeup but want to sort of pull yourself together for prom. I think this look is perfect for that. But I am going to be doing a few different tutorials on prom makeup just for those who don't know how to do their makeup and they want to sort of like learn and sort of do the steps with me. So I'm going to do maybe more of like a glamorous look, maybe a red lip, maybe some with glitter, more of like a smokier look. I'm going to do quite a few, but I started off with this softer glam. Most of the products I use in this video are really affordable, so if you want to purchase them I will link them somewhere on the screen throughout the video just so you know how much they are, in case you wanted to go get them and use them for your prom. So without further ado, if you want to see how I created this first prom makeup look, then please just keep on watching. So I'm going to start by spraying my face with my BADESCU Rose Water Spray. Now I love using this as a primer. It just rehydrates the skin and it just makes you a lot more like dewy and glowy, but in like a good way. So for my foundation, now this is on the more of like the pricier side, but it's such a good foundation, such long wearing, full coverage, but not in like a heavy cakey way. It covers what it needs to cover. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation. Like I said, it is on the pricier side, but it's such a good foundation and I would really highly recommend you investing in this. It is so good. And a little really does go a long way as well, which is always a plus. For concealer I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape. Now I'm just going to take this like under my eyes where I would like to sort of conceal and highlight at the same time. That's why it's in like a lighter shade. Let's put it under my eyes, chin, forehead, and then down the bridge of my nose just to make it a little bit thinner. And on my cupid's bow as well, just to brighten that bit up. And then again, pressing it out with my damp beauty sponge. I love this concealer. It's full coverage, but again, it's not like cakey or anything. It covers what it needs to cover, and it just blends out so easy. For cream contour, I'm going to take this PS Nudes Cream Contour stick and I'm going to take the lighter shade of the two because it's double-ended, and I'm going to contour my cheekbones, forehead and my nose. Just contoured here on my cupid's bow just to like emphasise it a little bit more. I'm going to buff this out with this Morphe. I don't know the number of it because when it comes in the packs they seem to not have the numbers on them for some reason, but it's like this flat like kabuki type style brush. But I love it to blend in my cream contour with. I actually love this contour stick, it blends out so nicely. Nice. Just going to roughly blend it out with this brush just to kind of get like the initial lines away, and then I'm going to go back in with my damp beauty sponge just to really sort of blend them out. To set my face I'm going to use my NYX HD finishing powder. Now this is a loose powder and I love using loose powders, especially if I'm wearing my makeup for a long time. I only use pressed powders if I get a little bit oily throughout the day and I like to just mattify my face just a little bit more. That's when I use a pressed powder. But if I know I want to be matte for a long time and I want my makeup to stay on for a long time, I use a loose powder. So I just poured a small amount into the cap. But before I do anything else, I'm going to take my damp beauty sponge and press out any creasing I have under my eyes. And then I'm going to take that, dip my sponge into it and press that under my eyes to set that. By doing this with the damp sponge, it's really going to push that into the skin. and make sure your makeup's staying all day long. I'm going to pop that on my forehead, chin. Now I'm kind of baking a little bit with this. I'm just going to blend out my lids and then set that as well. So I'm now just going to take a big fluffy brush just to brush away any excess powder. Now to bronze up my skin, I'm going to use my Rimmel London bronzer. This is the Naturally Yours bronzer in the shade 022. I'm just going to take the same fluffy brush that I just used to dust off my powder with, and I'm going to pick up some of that product, and I'm going to be bronzing my forehead and cheeks with this. For brows, as always, I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brows in the shade Bridget. I absolutely love this. Like, if you're not very good at your brows but you need to fill them in just ever so slightly, then definitely get this. It's just so effortless and it takes me 2 seconds. Now moving on to eyes, I'm going to be using the ZOEVA Naturally Yours eyeshadow palette. Now I love this. This is always my go-to sort of like everyday, really sort of like soft, glamorous sort of makeup. It's got some really nice warm tones in there and a few shimmers. You can create so many different looks with this palette. I absolutely love it, and I think it's perfect for prom. So that's what I'm going to be using. For my transition shade, I'm going to be dipping into the shade Pure, and I'm going to be buffing this into my crease. So I'm really just trying to work into the crease just so I can see exactly my eye shape and I know exactly where to apply the other shadows. I feel like if I don't apply a crease shade first, it can all end up kind of messy. So that's why I like to apply that into the inner corner of my nose ever so slightly, because you can see it just defines like that sort of shape of the eye. And then I just like to blend it up and out. Now just using the same brush, I'm going to pick up Soft and Sexy. I'm going to buff that into the outer half of my eye. I'm first going to apply that on the outer half of my lid, and then ever so slightly blend it up towards like the bottom of the brow area. I'm going to do like a few different prom looks. This one's going to be more of like really soft, pretty sort of glam, and then I'm going to do maybe more of like a dramatic sort of like really sort of like glamorous makeup, maybe with a little bit of glitter, for those of you who want to be, like to wear more makeup and want to be a bit more on the glamorous side. So I'm just sweeping that across my crease as well, just blending whatever's left on the brush into the corner of my my brow and nose area, but leaving all of this space free of any shadow. Just taking this smudgy brush by ZOEVA, it's the 226, and picking up that Soft and Sexy shade, and I'm going to run that on my lower lash line, like on the outer half, just taking that halfway, just getting really close to that lash line. I'm now just going to pick up the shade Forever Yours with my finger, and I'm going to press this onto the inner half of my lid. Then again, just with my finger, I'm going to take Sweet Sound, and I'm going to press that on the outer half where I applied that matte shade. So I'm just applying it really, really gently, just slightly taking it over what we just laid down, just to blend that together. Just taking that smudger brush again and picking up Slow Dance and applying that right on the outer corner of my eye. So I'm going to apply it underneath and also on top of the lash line. For mascara, I'm going to use this Maybelline New York, the Colossal Big Shot Mascara in the shade Black, and I'm going to apply that to my top and bottom lashes. Now if you want to just leave it like this and put no lashes on, that's absolutely fine, you can do that, but I'm going to put some lashes on. For blush, I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics 10 colour blush palette and pick up this Dusty Rose shade and apply that to the apples of my cheeks. I only like ever so slightly touch of blush. I'm not very a blush person, like you can barely see it, but I can kind of see that it's there. It's just the way I like it. But if you like blush and applying a lot of blush, then by all means apply as much blush as you like. Now for my favourite part of the makeup tutorial, which is the highlight. For highlight, I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution Radiant Light Highlight. Now it's this really pretty pearly finish to it. Now I love that, especially for fairer toned skin. Going for more of like a pearlier, lighter pink finish just finishes off your makeup beautifully. Now if you're more on the olivey sort of darker skin tone, then I would go for more of like a coppery sort of brown gold sort of highlight. Now I'm just going to apply this on the typical places where you would normally highlight, which is cheekbones, forehead, down the bridge of my nose and Cupid's bow. I'm going to pop that in my inner corner as well, just to sort of waken that up. I can pop a little bit on my brow bone. For lips, I'm going to do a matte lipstick. Now I'm going to use the Superstay Matte Ink by Maybelline. This is in the shade 05. I'm just going to spray my face one last time with my rose water spray. This just melts all the powders together and makes it stay for a lot longer. So this is the final result. I hope you enjoyed this first prom style makeup tutorial. Now I loved creating this look. I think it's so pretty, especially for someone that doesn't want to wear too much makeup but they still want to look kind of glamorous at the same time. I think this look is perfect for that. I am going to be doing a lot more prom makeup looks, more on the glamorous side, maybe a little bit of glitter, winged eyeliner, maybe a red lip. Who knows? But I all hope you enjoyed this makeup tutorial. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up if you did, and please don't forget to subscribe. Also don't forget to click on the notification bell down below so you'll be notified every time I do new